Continuing again the derivations in here, let's go with this after we derive all these four shear stress component. Then the next component will be the gravity force acting in z direction on cylindrical shell. Okay, so we go and look into our system in here. We need to check what is the volume of our cylindrical shell in here. Okay, so this is basically we need to check what is the volume of our cylindrical shell, and then we multiply that with the gravity force per unit volume. So in here, the volume of your cylindrical shell will be 2 pi r multiplied by delta r L rho g. You need to make sure that this having a unit of a volume. Okay, so that's very important. So on top we have derive 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one as well. This one is the fifth term. Okay, as a note, this phi zz is a convective transport, and then this one is pi rz is what we call as a molecular transport. Then the next step will be deriving the momentum balance. Our momentum balance will be in by convective minus out by convective plus in by molecular minus out by molecular plus force of gravity. That one should be equal to 0. So this one is a steady state momentum balance, I mean. Then we go up to here, we put in 1, 2, 3, okay, 4, 5 terms, okay, into the respective term in this momentum balance. So let's start doing that thing. 2 phi r delta r zz at z is equal 0 minus 2 pi r delta r zz at z equal L plus 2 pi RL phi RZR minus 2 pi RL RZ R plus delta R plus 2 pi R delta R L rho G is equal 0. Then we can sort of rearrange a little bit on these terms. in here we have merged R with this combined momentum fluxes, because this combined momentum fluxes is functions of R. Okay, this will be apparent in the next step. Okay, we continue again. So this will be 2 pi R delta R, and then we start on opening this for this term in here. What are those components in there? So this one with tau ZZ plus rho VZ at Z equals 0 minus P tau ZZ plus rho VZ at Z equal L plus 2 pi L R tau RZ plus rho. Sorry, this one is I put in a wrong term. VR VZ R minus R tau RZ plus rho VR VZ R plus delta R plus 2 pi R delta R L rho G is equal 0. Okay. In here we look into our into the terms in here. Okay, tau ZZ VR, and we know that this one is actually equal to 0. This one is equal to 0 because VR is equal 0, because we don't have a velocity in the R directions. Then we make a note in here. Tau ZZ is equal 0. Okay. VR is equal 0. Okay. Pressure at Z equals 0, we can define it as the P naught. Pressure at Z equal L, we can define it as L. And additionally, we can also define another quantity. So this quantity is defined as the modified pressure. It's a quantity that will make our final expression will be easier. H in here is the distance upward. Okay, so in this problem, H is equal minus Z. This is something that what you can connect is with this particular concept is, imagine that if you have these things in here, right? Okay. Let's say your liquid is filled up to this point. Okay, so this one is your H. Okay, then this will be your H. So the pressure at this point in here will be equal to the whatever in here, P plus rho G H. But in our case, the starting of the points is different with this one. So this one is, that's why we we have this minus before the z. Okay, so this one is it's just showing you that this one is basically filled with liquid or and this one will make our final expression easier. Okay, once we have this thing in here, then we can continue from this term in here. Okay, we can make it in terms of the modified pressure difference. So let's continue. 2 pi r delta r z equals 0 plus 2 pi l, okay, r tau rz at r minus r tau rz r plus delta r plus 2 pi r delta r l rho g equal 0. Again, we put this r and tau rz together because this tau rz is a functions of r. Okay, then 2 pi r delta r p naught minus rho g multiplied by 0. Okay, because in here, as you can see, this one will be cancelled with this one. Okay, and then this one is basically p naught. This one in here is pl. Okay, so this one can be equal to pl minus rho g l is equal to minus 2 pi l, and then this one is multiplied by r tau rz at r minus r tau rz at r plus delta r. Okay, this quantity in here is equal to 0. Okay, and then this one comes from basically this one. Okay, you will be able to understand once you try it for yourself. So this one can be converted into the modified pressure difference term. 2 pi l r tau rz at r plus delta r minus r tau rz at r, and then we can divide by 2 pi r delta r l, then we will have r tau rz r plus delta r minus r tau rz r divided by r delta r is equal p naught minus pl divided by l. Continuing again, r tau rz r plus delta r minus r tau rz r divided by delta r is equal p naught minus pl l. Okay, r, and then we take limit as delta r approaching 0, then this will be d per dr r tau rz is equal p naught minus pl over l, this one multiplied by r. Okay, then we can integrate this d r tau rz is equal p naught pl divided by l r dr. Then once we integrate this one, tau rz becomes P naught minus PL L half R square plus C1. Okay, then your tau RZ will be equal to P naught minus PL divided by 2L R plus C1 divided by R. The derivation has been a bit slow because I want everybody to understand. And again, this R in here cannot be separated from tau because this tau RZ in here is a function of R. Okay, if anybody basically separate these two variables in here, then you will have a different result, and that result will not be correct. So it's very important to understand these things. Okay, and then you have a boundary condition. Your boundary conditions in here is important because you need to get this value of the C1. C1 is a constant but whose values are unknown for now. And it has to be connected with your physicochemical system situations. Okay, I'm cutting it in here. I'll continue the derivations in the next video. Thank you.